If you've been around here for a while, you've seen us pick up plenty of deals. Some of them amazing.
We spent $20,000 on 4 pallets of video games.
Some of them, not so much.
Chuck it.
I'm worried for Kara's safety.
We definitely needed the gloves because there was some pretty disgusting stuff in there as well. But over the years, there's only one item that I thought to myself, never again. And to be honest, I'm not even sure how we got here this week, but not only did we break our promise to ourselves, but we broke it by buying 280 of these items.
We went deep.
And to be honest, I'm not really sure how I feel about it.
This is probably the point where you're thinking, what the hell did they buy?
Well, here's the story. We got contacted by a lovely person over on Instagram to buy out a full pop collection. And my first thoughts were, hell no.
I can't believe we're about to buy these.
Because there are so many pops out there that are just worth no money. They are mass produced and really hard to sell. But once I started looking into the spreadsheet that she provided us, I realized this is not a standard pop collection, and I think this is a really good deal. So I'm gonna get into unpacking that, and we're gonna do a little bit of a breakdown of what we actually picked up. And as you can see, this is a lot of pops. Before we get to unpacking all of these pops, we want to give you a couple tips that we look out for when we're buying pop collections, because as we said before, a lot of pops aren't worth a lot of money, so you really need to know what to be looking out for. And we're going to give you a couple tips here that will not only tell you what to look out for, but if you're not 100% sure, what applications you can use to help you work it all out. Tip number 1, download yourself the Funko Pop app. This app is very helpful if you're trying to learn Funko Pops. You're able to scan barcodes and it'll give you an estimated value. It is based on American prices, so obviously convert that into Australian and then do a little bit of research on eBay, because some of the Australian prices are actually higher than the American conversion prices, but definitely a great little app to help you out. Another great feature of the Funko Pop app is there is a dedicated section to vaulted pops. And the reason you want to know that is because some vaulted pops are worth a lot more than if they were still in production. Next tip is about looking for specific pops and what you should actually be keeping an eye out for versus the run-of-the-mill pops that you see everywhere. So there are a few indications that we look for, and that is things like these little full convention stickers here, these diamond label pops. Others to look out for are chase and flocked. There's quite a range out there that are more rare and more exclusive depending on their labels, and the price can vary quite significantly. And a great example of that is these Ronald McDonald pops right here. They have the exact same number, but they are two very different prices. So this one over here, number 85, is just the standard Ronald McDonald pop. It doesn't have any stickers on it. There's no differences between this and a normal one. However, this pop here, exact same number, is a diamond pop. And with this one, it actually has like a bit of glitter through the hair. And the difference in pricing between this one's about 20 bucks, this one's about 40. And the last tip is condition. Obviously, condition is everything on pops. Collectors are very picky with pops. So check all the corners and make sure there's no dents, there's no rips, there's no signs of them being opened. And if you want to protect them even more, grab yourself a bunch of these little protectors. You can buy these on eBay and just slot them in. Safe and sound. You can also use this as a bit of a selling point for your pop. You can add in your entire plus free protector, and sometimes that'll get your sale over the line compared to someone else that's offering the exact same price. Now let's get into unpacking all these pop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually unpack all of these, which is probably going to take me a little while. We'll do a little bit of a rundown of some of the really good ones in here and give you a little bit of an idea of how much we paid for this crazy lot of pop vinyls. Okay, let's have a real quick look at row 1, which is probably like less than 10% of the stock that we actually have here. First up, we have a pop vinyl, which is Huckleberry Hound. It is 773 and it is the 10-inch. How big is 10 inches? Whoa.
There is no shame in being a perfectly standard size.
We actually have 4 of those and they should sell for about $69.99. Next up, we have a massive Notorious B.I.G. 10-inch. Now there's none listed in Australia for under 100, but I'm gonna go for about 80 bucks on this one. Next up, we have Alien Remix. This one is Sully. It is again a big 10-inch and that one sold for $80 in the past. And also a pop vinyl remix of Alien Woody size 10" as well, 756. That one should go for about 50 bucks. And then we have a whole bunch of the normal size pops here. Most of these range between 10, and there's a couple in there that go right up to about 50 bucks. Okay, row number 2. There are some cool ones on here. I actually stashed a few right to the end, so stick around because there's some very high value ones that we'll show you at the end. But let's look at a couple that I picked out right here. So we have Funko Pop number 88, which is Matterhorn Bobsled Attraction, Donald Duck. It's a Disneyland edition one. That one should go for around $45. We also have the Disneyland 65th anniversary Mad Hatter teacup. That one should go for about 45 to 50. There's a couple cool little ones scattered in there as well. The Funko Pop Purple Dumbo 985 should go for about 60 bucks. And there's a heap in there that are special editions and diamond editions, which we haven't even comped yet. Okay, to speed this up a little bit, row 3 is now up. There is a bunch in there that are worth some money. What I might do right at the end, after I put all the rows out, is I'll pull out the really expensive ones and show you guys what they are, tell you how much we paid, and then what I think we're gonna make out of this whole deal. Row 4, another lot full of absolute bangers. There is a lot of the exclusive McDonald's ones there. The Ronald McDonald with the diamond here, I think goes for about $40 to $45, and we've got 4 or 5 of those. We've got the Hamburglar, we've got all sorts over there. There's also a couple of the bigger ones, Edward Scissorhands. I think that's a 10". That one should go for about $60 to $65, I think. And there's a whole bunch in there that we haven't even comped. So we've probably got another 2 rows to go, and we don't have any room on the table. So I might do a bit of a clear and restart all over again. Okay, last row, I think row 5, I think. Some really nice ones in there as well. But what I'm actually gonna show you guys right now is the ones that we picked up this deal for, because there is some very good money in these ones that I put aside. Okay, a few of the standouts from this lot, I haven't picked them all out, but these are probably half of the real high-end ones that are in this lot. First up, we've got this set of Batman right here. These are the DC vinyl figures 01 to 04, the art series. That as a full set should go for about $120 to $150, and they are all new and sealed, and they still even have the plastic on the outer, so that's definitely going to help those. And behind me is probably the reason that we went for this whole set. So this is the Casey Jr. Circus Train attraction from the Disney 65th anniversary collection, and there's a couple in here that are really expensive. So the Pluto, the Dumbo, and I think it's the Goofy in this set are the 3 most expensive ones. So the Goofy number 2 should go for about $150 to $160. The Pluto, which is number 4, should go for about $180. And the Dumbo that we actually have 2 of should be an easy 150 bucks each. So as you guys saw, this is only a very small portion of the whole deal that we did. So the seller actually had a spreadsheet together because this was her personal collection, and they comped about $7,800. And the deal that we ended up doing for this lot was $1,500 bucks. So I'm pretty happy that obviously we got to do a lot of work to get these out and sold, but I'm pretty happy with doing a $1,500 pop deal, even though pops is definitely not something we usually do, and it is a very tough category. But if you have a pop collection out there and you want to sell to us, apparently we're back in the pop game.
Okay, it's 3:56 in the afternoon, and we've listed our first 50 pop vinyls, and one has sold already. It is Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack Skellington and his house. And apparently I've put it up here. Jack Skellington. Skellington. And his house, $49.95 plus $12.80 post. The most best thing about buying collections is that someone's actually hand-picked these. They were excited to tell us about it, we're excited to list it, and our customer is going to be stoked to get it. So if you have a collection that you are not holding on to anymore and you'd like to get some cash in hand, give us a call because we are buying collections.
All right guys, I need to get my brony on and get back to listing these bad boys, and we will see you next time on Twazzy Thrifters.